against the Pirates in completely different fashion. Steven Strasburg's dazzling debut might be the most celebrated win in franchise history. Last night, not nearly as pretty, but no pictures in the box score, and the outcome perfect. Livan and the Nats go for the sweep right now on Massive.
It's a great day for baseball.
They're coming down Half Street to Game 3 of this series, trying to see something that none of us have seen this year, and it's something we have in common with Screech as well. He hasn't seen a sweep, and neither have the Nationals on the good side. So hoping for 3 in a row against the Pirates. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. Now, when an offense is going well, it's a beautiful thing to watch. But it's always more exciting when the big boppers in the middle are the guys getting it done.
And it definitely gives a comfort level to the pitchers that are out there. And the other night, that early home run by Zim really helped, I think, Steven Strasburg settle down. And, that right there is why these guys make the kind of money they do, and they have the kind of clout that they do, because they do this early and they do it often in ball games. They do it in clutch situations. And, Adam Dunn and Ryan Zimmerman both have 12 home runs. Both are really starting to hit the ball well. It's the early part of June, but this is right where we can make up an awful lot of ground on the first place team, and they can carry a ball club.
Ryan Zimmerman's hitting almost 30 points over his career average, and Adam Dunn is hitting more than 30 points over his. And here's what they've combined for. How about those numbers and the fact that they've combined for 24 homers and 66 RBIs this year, getting it done in the middle. And honorable mention, of course, to Josh Willingham. Now, over the next couple of weeks, the Nats have a schedule against some winnable teams.
Yeah, and this is where you need to win 2 out of 3 and win every series you can. I mean, try to finish off with a sweep right here against the Pirates. The Indians, you should take 2 out of 3 there. It's going to be a battle against the Tigers. Excellent team there, great pitching staff. White Sox, we should get their number, the Royals and the Orioles. So you need to take 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 from all of these ball clubs so that when you do go into the All-Star break, you're just a couple of games maybe back of first place, but well within striking distance in the second half.
Livan Hernandez hasn't won a ball game in about 5 weeks, but Rob, his ERA is still the 6th best in the league.
Well, he's starting to go around the league a second time, and he's starting to maybe get a little bit tired. He's 35 years old. He's thrown a ton of innings, over 500 in a Nationals and Expos uniform. So, people know what they're getting when they face Livan Hernandez, and there's definitely a book on him, but he's still having an excellent year.
And the Nationals would like to thank the Pittsburgh Pirates for letting Matt Capps walk. They signed him as a free agent, 20 saves on the year, and that is 4 more than any other major league closer right now. Capps and the Nats looking for the sweep against the Bucks tonight. To you by AT&T. Rethink possible. By Jaguar. Visit your local Jaguar dealer to experience the 2011 Jaguar XJ. And by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. It's a beautiful night at the ballpark. Things warming up today. The Nats looking for a sweep, and Levon leads the ball club onto the field here as the fans are still coming down Half Street and looking for something we haven't seen this year, and that's a sweep on the side of the Nats. Levon at 6th best ERA in the league, and he's a vast improvement over his ERA of last year. The Nationals really hitting the ball beautifully at home, and they're challenging a franchise record. Pirates 3 runs or less in 10 of their last 12 road games. They've lost 7 straight on the road and have won only 9 games away from PNC Park all year. Jose Tabata, the left fielder, major league debut, on base 3 times, a walk, a couple of hits. He stole a base in his first major league game last night. Ivan Hernandez, 160 career wins. Robbie's 4-4 with a 5.12 ERA in 14 starts against the Pirates.
Ivan is just solid. Solid all the way through. He's going to go after these guys. He's not going to give in to them, more or less. 9 times this year, 6 innings or more, 2 times only, 5 innings pitched. Loves pitching here, 6-3 career record, and has tenure 515 innings pitched with this ball club and the Montreal Expos.
Defense brought to you by Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the United States Department of Defense. Roger Bernardine is in center field tonight. Jim Riggleman giving Niger Morgan the night off. That gets Mike Morse some playing time. Pudge Rodriguez is back in there. But Zimmerman, Desmond, Guzman, and Dunn, right now, they're the everyday infield. Lance Barksdale, 7-year veteran, has the plate. Ed Rapuano, Tom Hallion, the crew chief, and Ron Culpa have the bases tonight. Jose Tabata, the left fielder, against Levon. 424th career start. .708, first pitch, strike 1. Don't tell Levon it's a game starting at 7:05. The game will start when he lets us. And the 0-1 coming. Big, slow breaking ball. Pirates have lost 4 straight. They're 13 games under 500. The Nats are trying to get back to within 1 of the 500 mark. Looking for their 30th win of the year, and they're 17-12 at home. Had him reaching. Mostly clear overhead, so we'll call it partly cloudy. 88 at game time. And our game time weather brought to you by Train. Visit Train.com to find a dealer near you. It is hard to stop a train. How slow was that one? 63, Rob. I don't think I've seen anything softer than that this year.
Yeah, and that's taking advantage of a young player that's probably looking for that pitch in particular, but he's also looking for the 5 other ones that his teammates were telling him about. And obviously, when it's 63 miles an hour, you're not going to see too many fellows up here throwing like that. So.
At least you hope not.
It's not fair sometimes.
Here's Neil Walker. Good-looking young second baseman. 3 for 9 with an RBI in this series. He's only 24. A switch hitting infielder. Batting .327 for the Pirates.
And that's why I hope we're able to somehow get Levon next to Strasburg. What a combo that'll be.
Guzman handles that one to Adam Dunn. 2 quick outs.
There's the Strasburger,
who evidently will be reading Dave Letterman's top 10 list tonight on late night television. I just thought it was a little ridiculous when they asked him the top 10 reasons to love having Rob Dibble in the booth. Come on.
You can only think of one. It keeps him the heck away from me.
Here's McCutchen. Andrew, tough series. 1 walk. He's 0 for 8. But he's still hitting .300. Second in the league in steals. But now they've dropped him down to the number 3 spot. Couple of reasons for that. Lastings Millage giving them no power. He's not in the lineup tonight. And now they have Jose Tabata, who they put in the leadoff spot, hoping he can generate some offense. So they're pulling a Hanley Ramirez-like move with this young man to get him some RBI opportunities.
Well, they stuck Jones in right, Dowman at first, and Jaramillo's doing some more catching. So they're trying to put as much power as they can in the lineup.
There's Garrett Jones, 8 homers on the year so far.
I guess maybe since he stole that base yesterday, he can play left.
And a breaking ball is low, 3-1. Levon on the year, 23 walks, 30 strikeouts. And he's 1 out away from completing his 74th inning. He goes with the heater. 86. 23 miles an hour harder than that curveball he struck Tabata out with. Nationals already got a little help today in the National League East. The Mets have to play a doubleheader with San Diego. And in Game 1, the Padres won at 4-2, cooling off the Mets in that home winning streak of theirs, which was at 4. Johan Santana beaten in that game. Heath Bell got his 17th save. And Matt Latos, 6-4. Levon walks. McCutchen didn't miss by much with the fastball.
Well, but he still didn't give in. He went way outside, hoping that he could get McCutchen to go fishing.
One other final from the league this afternoon. Cincinnati now leads St. Louis by a game and a half. They won their ball game today over the Giants 7-6 at home. And Milwaukee at home beat the Cubs 5-4.
If I'm not mistaken, was that Leake? Was he 6-0 now?
That was Arthur Rhodes in the bullpen who got the decision today.
I think he started that ball game.
Yeah, he did. And the Giants scored 4 runs in the first 3 innings against him. So he got a no decision. And Cordero got his 17th save. Garrett Jones hitting .260. Two for 8 with a walk in this series. And Levon goes soft and misses low with the changeup, 1-1.
Well, if McCutchen was going to try to steal a base, that was a good pitch to go on. Levon does a great job, usually under 1 second delivering the ball to home plate. That was a changeup at about 79 miles an hour.
Maybe out of respect to Pudge, no movement by the runner. And Bernardina camps under this one. Finally comes down on the top of the first is over. Levon gives up a walk and that's it. Guzman, Desmond, and Dunn coming up. league in batting now at 262. They've never been in the top 4 this year. 9th in runs and homers. And Adam Dunn bumps up to the number 3 spot today against a left-hander with Zimmerman behind him. Middle of the lineup doing lots of damage in this series. Bud Rodriguez is back in there, and Mike Morse in the 7-hole gets a start tonight. Again, Zach Duke, who has spent his entire career with the team that drafted him in the first round, rather 20th round, pardon me, in 01, and working on his 6th year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. His only winning season was his first season, 8-2 in 05. And as a rookie, he made 14 starts and got some votes for Rookie of the Year. 11-16 last year. He's 3-6 right now. Kirsten Guzman against right-handers. Left-handers, pardon me, batting right-handed, 367. And that will slice foul down the right field side. Rob will give you the scouting report on Zach Duke momentarily, who's won 40 big league games, lost 61. And this is his 5th career start against the Nats. He's 1-1 with a 5.11 ERA. Guzman punched out. Looks at a tailing fastball.
Check this out right here. Duke's got some pretty good stuff, and as Bob said, after his rookie year, everybody thought he was just going to keep going up and evolving. The UPS store there on the pitch track. You see the movement of that backdoor breaking ball.
Yeah, it appeared the ball was not a strike when it crossed the plate. Guzman took it. Lance Barksdale called him out.
He's given a low strike tonight, so put that in the memory banks.
And here's Ian Desmond, who hasn't batted second lately. Hitting .302 over his last 2 weeks. 1 for 7 in this series with an RBI. Big Bad Dunn batting 3rd tonight. Against left-handed pitching, Jim Riggleman has started doing that. So he can go right, left in the middle of that lineup, although Zimmerman and Willingham, both right-handers, but he wanted to bump Dunn up a little higher. So here's Desmond hitting second, and he bounces one to second for Neil Walker.
Well, let's scout Mr. Duke. No place like home. He's 500 at home, Bob, 27-27, 13-34 career on the road. Hit me with your best shot. 95 hits in 70 innings pitched coming into tonight. And he does not love pitching at night. 26-43 career when it gets dark.
They should start the games at 8:15 when he's a visiting player. Adam Dunn, 4 for 8, 2 homers, 4 RBIs in the series. Shift is on. Breaking ball rolls in, 1-1. Adams now 8th in the league in homers, like Zimmerman. RBI total climbing. And he's in the top 3 now in extra base hits. He hits another ball hard. That is caught by Garrett Jones. A first baseman by trade, put into the outfield, as Rob mentioned tonight. And he made a dazzling play on a ball hooking toward the corner.
if you lay out by any stretch of the imagination as an outfielder, you better make the grab. And Zach Duke waiting at the line for him. Job well done. So how many times do we say when they put someone in a different position, the ball will find you?
Last year when the Nats saw the Pirates in August, a young player by the name of Steve Pearce was playing first base. And they were using Garrett Jones in right field or left field. So he's had some time around the diamond. Looking good tonight. And here's Ryan Domit, who's normally a catcher. But they have him at first base tonight, wanting to get his .281 batting average in there. And his live bat, he's hit 6 home runs. First time we've seen Ryan Domit in this series. I'm wondering what happened to Delwyn Young. He homers off Steven Strasburg and then sits out the next 2 games. What's a guy got to do?
To get back in the line.
He made contact. That should have him back in there. And a 1-2 is way inside. Ryan Domit, 29-year-old switch hitting catcher from Moses Lake, Washington. And a second rounder back in '99.
John Russell.
John Russell. That is one serious baseball man right there. Third year at the helm of the Pirates. He's a Norman, Oklahoma native who played for the Sooners in his hometown. And parts of 10 years as a ball player with the Phillies, the Braves, and the Rangers. Originally drafted by the Montreal Expos. Didn't sign. Went to OU. And a 2-2 is outside. Avon goes full. He's walked one. That's so slow. There's no way to hit it fair.
Let's see how that UPS store shows the slow curve here. Domit, nice job waiting back on that pitch.
And this one popped up left field. Josh Willingham, a long run with the wind blowing in from left field, and he grabs it. He had help from Desmond as well. H.H. Gregg with our schedule coming up. 3 in Cleveland. Luis Adelano and Jake Westbrook tomorrow night. J.D. Martin, Fausto Carmona Saturday, and Steven Strasburg, David Huff, a lefty, on Sunday afternoon. Day off Monday, on to Comerica Park. And 3 with Jim Leland's Detroit Tigers. Indians, by the way, are 12.5 back in the AL Central. Manny Acta's team 14 under 500. And they have a horrible record at home, 9-16. Eclipsed only by the 9-17 of Milwaukee.
I talked to Ed Farmer, who does radio for the White Sox, former Major League pitcher. I'll tell you what he said about Strasburg in a little bit. But, Kenny Williams threatening to trade a bunch of White Sox yesterday. They don't pick it up a notch.
Yeah, he really spoke up and said, this is not going the way we expected, and I'm not happy. That's not a vote of confidence from the GM. Bobby Crosby, longtime Oakland Athletic. And he's hitting only 200. Bobby Crosby has had a strange career, Rob. I thought he was really going to be something. Oakland took him in the first round back in 01, but, you know, 1 year 239, 276, 229, 226, 237. He just never hit well with the Athletics for average in the American League.
Many, many streaks of greatness, showed lots of promise, but you have to sustain the attack for the entire season, and over 600 plus at bats for a lot of guys, it's not that easy. And, you know, your weaknesses will be exposed at this level because the word gets out on what you can't do well.
238 career hitter, and he looks at strike 3. And Levon has his second K of the night. Sometimes Levon Hernandez pitches an entire ball game and gets 2 strikeouts.
Well, and you got to be aggressive against Levon, because once he starts getting ahead of you, then he starts really mixing up the kitchen sink. And 1-2 right here, he's going to throw a 2-seamer, you know, that just runs back across the plate. You like to call it the swing back. I like that term because it does. It swings back from the lefty batter's box, and it freezes a lot of guys. Did it again. So don't let him lull you to sleep, I guess would be my advice to opposing hitters.
That's outside to Andy LaRoche, 1 for 7 with an RBI and a walk in the series. Pirates come in .238 batting average, lowest in the league, fewest runs in baseball. And some high heat. Well, PNC Park doesn't suit Andy LaRoche, does it? It's a big ballpark for left-handers, or, you know, on one side, but really big for right-handers out there in deep left center. Braves are ahead in a wild one at Arizona, trying to win their 35th game of the year, 11-7. Late innings there. The Nats start tonight just 5 back of Atlanta. Marlins are 5.5 back. They've lost 4 straight. They're just underway at Philly and leading 1-0. 1-2 from Livan. And him reaching. Livan knows where Guzman is, so he doesn't even reach for that ball. A low throw picked up by Adam Dunn. Ryan Zimmerman's in the cleanup spot tonight, having a Pirates defense. Andrew McCutchen flanked by Jose Tabata and Garrett Jones, who's made an outstanding play. Bobby Crosby, Neil Walker up the middle, Andy LaRoche across from Ryan Doman, and Jason Jaramillo, the Pirates catcher tonight. Where do you start with Ryan Zimmerman? 4th in the league in hitting, 3rd in on-base percentage, 8th in homers, top 2 or 3 in slugging percentage, top 10 in runs. Having a fantastic year no matter where Jim Riggleman bats him, 3rd or 4th. And he's hitting .412 over his last 11 games. Zach Duke, 27 years of age, from Midway, Texas. Breaking ball, Zimmerman waited for it, skies it to right, and Garrett Jones fighting a little bit of the sun that remains over that third base grandstand. Here's the Luna double. Call and get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. And we take the number 2, Rob, and carry it to late in an inning and the best hitters with 2 outs.
Well, and that just shows guys that are very comfortable with a couple of strikes on them or deep with a couple outs, want to get things started. Joey Votto having a great year. Ryan Braun, we already know his greatness. Johnny Gomes, and those are some of the guys that are making the Reds keep that first place away from the Cardinals. That last ball by Zimmerman, by the way, if he was just a little bit quicker, he seemed to let that ball get by him a little bit too late. And thus he hit it square to right field. But usually when he gets it to right center, that ball jumps out of here.
Yes, it does. Josh Willingham 0-2 quickly. Josh has had a good series. 2 walks, 3 hits, a homer.
I was going to say Duke has an excellent changeup. And so they're being kind of thrown off here in changing speeds. This is I watched some of the league game when I got home from my son's graduation, and he just looked like he was changing speeds on his fastball already.
Yeah, that's what we were marveling at. You know, when do you start calling it a changeup?
Yeah.
Because he probably had a 7 or 8 mile an hour range from his slowest fastball to his quickest one.
And that's old school stuff for a young rookie pitcher to be doing that already. I mean, just think he is going to lose velocity later in his career, but for what he's got now, to understand that adding and subtracting is something Ray Miller always preached. Great pitching coach, something that I used to marvel with Mike Mussina.
Willingham hacks one out to shortstop for Bobby Crosby.
When you get into problems, a jam, 2-0, 3-2, slow it down, take something off. And not many guys, and you just showed that Luna stat up there, not many pitchers are comfortable when they're behind in the count to take something off their pitches. They think it's going to get hit that much harder if they throw changeups and stuff. So you got to have a lot of confidence in your ability.
Rest him, manager, rest him. Here's Pudge Rodriguez, who had a 2-for-4 night in the ball game here Tuesday.
It's like my former teammate Tom Browning, 2-0, and he used to tell me this all the time. I mean, he was a guy that threw 85, 86, 87 in that range. You would just lay in a 75-mile-an-hour fastball and say, listen, it's a BP fastball. I'm not going to try and trick him with a changeup and turn it over and maybe miss the strike. He throws it down the middle, and he give up some home runs. He gave up a few home runs in his career, but he would get pop-ups and he'd get guys that got themselves out just by changing the velocity of the fastball.
One and two to Pudge. There's a good changeup diving down and away from the right-handed batter. Zach Duke on his game, 6 in a row to start things off.
And we are covering the bases with Matt Capps. He grew up in Georgia. He was drafted by the Pirates, and he remembers his early days in Pittsburgh.
I remember my first time in the bullpen in a big league game, and that phone rang, and the heart starts beating a little harder, and you kind of get a little excited. Adrenaline starts flowing a little bit, and then they call somebody else's name, and it's kind of, it's a downer a little bit.
Yeah, but he was called on a lot more after that, and 20 times this season he's had saves for the Nats. And Bob, it was interesting, he came up in high school as a catcher for his team, and he was also the star pitcher. Quite an athlete.
And, of course, he's a product of that wonderful baseball program down in Cobb County in the Atlanta area. Alexander, Georgia High School, Matt Capps. Baseball, basketball, football, cross country. And he was headed to LSU before the Pirates signed him after drafting him in the 7th round. Great athlete, and here's Lee Vaughn facing Jason Jaramillo, the Pirates catcher, top of the 3rd. And that rocket is foul. Jason Jaramillo 0 for 6 with a walk in this so far 2-game series. Braves won that game at Arizona 11-7. So they're 9 over 500 now. There's that swing back fastball, but Levon left it inside. 3-1.
Well, and that one to Jaramillo, he throws it at that guy's hip. So it freezes a left-handed hit as well as the right.
That one down, and it is hammered. Unreachable for Mike Morse. Bounces into the bullpen and sticks in the back wall. Right in the air vent back there. And that is a ground rule double. That ball smoked.
Well, when Levon makes a mistake, and this one was down, it swings back and low and in on the lefty. He's lucky he kept it in the ballpark. Jaramillo just drops the head and smacks a line shot over the head of Morse. It bounces into the bullpen.
Zach Duke with a great bunt, requiring a good play by Zimmerman. Ryan to Guzman, 5-4 in the sacrifice. That's Zach Duke's 6th sacrifice bunt of the year and the 38th of his career.
Well, this is an amazing play. Amazing bunt by Duke, perfectly laid down the third baseline. And maybe if Duke was really all out, he might have beat that out for a base hit, but an amazing play by Zim nonetheless. Makes it look easy. That time he got some leather, probably knowing that the pitcher was running.
Early in the ball game still, no score. Interesting defense by the Nats. Zimmerman and Dunn in at the corners. So if he hits a ground ball up the middle past the pitcher, he has an RBI.
Yeah, I think you're conceding the run to get the out.
I think it was Roger Maris who said it best. He said 50 RBIs a year are waiting up the middle in situations just like this. You can drive in 100 if you drive in 50 and then take care of situations like this as a hitter.
Well, and I was listening to Jim Riggleman. We talked about this last night on his pregame with Charlie Slows, and he said that he wants his guys to be focused before the ball is hit to them. You don't focus as the ball is coming to you. You know what's going to happen after the ball comes to you.
There's a chopper. Runner holds. And Zimmerman throws out Tabata for the second out.
We talked about might be a fast runner tagging at second base, and you might not have a shot at throwing him out. Sometimes guys a fast runner at third might not need to throw it all the way to home. You hit the cutoff man, and that's just some smart baseball.
Levon, if you're wondering why he raised the glove, he was deking the runner there to make sure the runner knew that somebody was about to grab that ball very quickly and not to try to go. So here's Neil Walker with 2 outs, and the runner still at third. Right where Pudge was set up, but he was outside. Ball 1. Pirates have scored 194 runs this year and given up the staggering total of 332. That's a 138 minus 138 run differential. So every run is precious for this Pittsburgh ball club.
Well, getting back to the defense, we have a lot of contact-driven pitchers out there on our ball club. And we just need fundamentally sound defense behind them. We can't give extra outs, give extra runs to ball clubs, because our pitchers are going to have balls hit and put in play a lot.
And a fly ball to left for Josh Willingham. He's there in plenty of time, and Levon pitches out of the jam after a leadoff double, keeping the game scoreless. Here on a beautiful Thursday night. Rob Dibble, Nationals' most improved team from June 9th of 09 to this June 9th.
Yes, we are. And we want to continue that evolution. Try to get the record up to 500 and go 5 over, 10 over, etc. Much improved team. And as we talked about before the arrival of Stephen Strasburg, you wanted to have a solid foundation in place for when he joined the ball club.
By the way, 4 of those teams are in first place.
Yeah, where you didn't want Strasburg to have to come up here and try to, save the city of Washington.
Yeah. The Nationals have their first base hit. It comes from Mike Morse, who's now 7 for his last 16. Mike's only had 22 at-bats all year.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing if there was a possible way to get him in the lineup every day and get him 4 or 5 at-bats, because I just think he's the type of power guy we could put in the lineup. He's an average kind of guy. I watch him every day, and it's kind of remember I told you last year about Ronnie Belliard when Ronnie wasn't playing. You could tell the ball jumps off some guys differently, some of their bats differently, and Morse is one of those guys.
Bernardina goes up hacking. Backing up Bobby Crosby. Called off by Tabata for the first out. The proper play by the Pittsburgh defense. Levon will be next. This weekend, the Washington Post will include a Stephen Strasburg debut poster. Only available at retail locations in both the early Sunday edition, which comes out Saturday, and in the Sunday final edition. Make sure to get your Strasburg poster this weekend. Levon Hernandez, 3 hits, 5 sacrifice bunts this year. Could be bunting here. Andy LaRoche at third base thinks he is. He deadens that baby. And it requires a good play by Ryan Doumit to throw him out. The 105th sacrifice in Levon Hernandez's career.
Well, when I was a rookie coming up,
The Reds always stress this. As a pitcher in the National League, you can help yourself and your ball club if you're fundamentally sound in every facet of the game. That's Livan Hernandez. Fielding, bunting, running the bases, things like that. You cannot take it for granted. He just sacrifices another excellent bunt.
Livan's quest for 200 hits, Rob, has to wait one more at bat. He's on 199.
What do you think he wants more, the 10th homer of his career or the 200th hit?
Well, how about both on one swing?
That would be cool, too.
I know he's pretty proud of those bunts. Christian Guzman struck out looking first time. And a chopper to third. One extra hop, and LaRoche played it perfectly. So each team got a hit in the third and stranded a runner. No score, middle innings coming up.
Well, both guys are changing speeds beautifully. You see the slow curve. You see him hitting the outside corner with the two-seam fastball. Zach Duke in this third inning of work. 5 pitches, 5 strikes, got 3 outs. And we talk about that all the time. Being efficient, going out there, trying to get 3 outs on as few pitches as you can.
Andrew McCutchen leads off the fourth. He walked first time up. Padres Mets nightcap underway. Mets scored early, 1-0 there, after Santana was beaten in the opener.
Well, and I got a chance on my radio show to talk to John Smoltz today and asked him about what he said to Steven Strasburg and why, and he said that he just felt compelled to just give him some pearls of wisdom, whether or not Steven would use them or not, because he felt it was his first All-Star game before some people said some things to him that really meant an awful lot to him later in his career, and he wanted Steven before his first outing just to hear a few things like, you know, take a moment to enjoy this outing. You know, you're never going to get another chance to throw your first outing in the major leagues and just stuff like that. And you know, coming from a guy like John Smoltz, you couldn't get it from any better source than that to give you some, I guess, words of encouragement as well as words of wisdom.
There's that big slow bender, low and away, 3-2. Livan went full on McCutchen before walking him back in the first. That ball hit hard into left. And the Pirates have their second base hit. Here comes the smartphone. Usually smarter than us with AT&T Trivia. The last National League pitcher to throw a complete game in Game 7 of the World Series. Was that Levon in 87? I mean, the Nats are about to play the Indians, who the Marlins played in that series.
And he is throwing to the catcher that was on the 2003 World Champion Marlins.
Ooh, there's irony all over the place. Or was it the guy pitching to Pudge that night? Didn't
Josh Beckett
go the distance in that
but
game?
I think it was a Game 6. That wasn't
that's
Game
right.
7.
They didn't go to 7 that year.
Jack McKeon brought him back on 3 days rest.
That's right.
He didn't want it to get to a Game 7.
Man, I thought I had it. Garrett Jones slide to center first time. Bernardina playing deep out there. And the count goes to 2-0 as Levon checks the runner. McCutchen is second in the league in steals. Bernardina is about 375 feet from home plate. Michael Bourne of Houston, 20 steals. McCutchen and Jose Reyes, 14 each. No balk call on that one, by the way. First game of this homestand, rookie umpire Dan Bellino called Levon for a balk. Counts 2-0, off and running. Pudge throw. He got him! And a good swipe tag by Ian Desmond to finish it off. McCutchen doesn't like the call from Tom Hallion.
Well, and one thing that our rookie shortstop has learned, throw that tag out there. Whether or not you pick off his leg or not, it appears that he hit him. May not have tagged him, but the ball beats the runner. You're going to get a lot of calls on the outside right there. Hard to tell from that angle.
Pudge Rodriguez 4 for 12 now, throwing out opposing base runners. Pads on the corner.
Well, and that was an excellent pitch to steal on, too, from McCutchen. He got a great jump, and that's just a future Hall of Famer gunning you down. Not easy. There's a changeup. Got out to the left side of the plate to throw him out. It's quick feet, quick release, even at 38 years old.
And a fly ball to right center. Mike Morris right there. Hey, Rob, do you know when he got ready to do that? Pudge, last night, watching Pittsburgh's runners running on John Lennon and Wilmy Avis. Remember those shots we had of him in the dugout concentrating on the game? In his mind, he was picturing himself tonight throwing out those same base runners.
You got to get your butt up. You got to get your legs ready to jump out of there and jump to the side of the left-handed hitter. You see McCutchen kind of smiling there.
He never tagged me, probably what he said. Well, but did you see the pickup on the pitch Rodriguez made there?
Well, he was still catching the ball, but he was already moving his body to get outside to make that throw, get himself into position.
Ryan Doumit reaches out and hacks one to center. Bernardina right there, and it turns into a 3-batter inning. Levon pitching beautifully. Desmond Dunn, Sim coming up.
think Teddy just wanted to take those hula hoops home.
George wanted, by the way, when it's a photo finish, the father of our country gets the nod. Bottom of the 4th inning. I do believe they've cleared all the debris off the field out there now from fallen gladiators. And here's Desmond to lead off the bottom of the 4th. That ball is well hit to left center. It's changing directions on Tabata, who grabs it at the 377 mark. Looked like Desmond hit that ball off the end of his bat, and it got out there and died on the track.
Well, Desmond really puts a jolt into that. He loves to be aggressive, attack the ball like he's trying to cut down a tree. He really generates a lot of torque when he hits the ball, but the wind's kind of blowing in from left field. Not really strong, but enough to just hold that ball up.
Breaking ball to Dunn, who hit the ball extremely hard his first time. So the Pirates have made some good defensive plays in the outfield tonight. The ball turned Tabata around. Adams' laser gathered in by the diving Garrett Jones first time. And he'll have to go get another bat. 8 o'clock arrives in our nation's capital Thursday evening, June 10th. Nats are going for the sweep against the Pirates. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor, Masson 2 HD. A win tonight could give the Nats a 4-2 homestand. And their first series sweep of the year. Adams had good success against Zach Duke. 2-2 pitch. And he spoils a breaking ball. A good one. Ryan Zimmerman fly deep to right his first time. Nats only have one hit. Opposite field single by Michael Morse. Now they might have another hit. Down the line, see you later. Another homer by Adam Dunn. His 13th, Nationals lead 1-0.
Big bad dog.
And he didn't even come close to getting all of that one, Rob.
No.
That is just big old country boy strength right there.
No. Adam has been on a tear, and when he's comfortable and squaring the ball up perfectly, he can just carry a ball. Did you see him double clutch right there, Bob? Keep the hands back an extra millisecond. And Duke saying, how did you do that? And it's not easy, but Adam Dunn right now, very patient, and I think he was looking for a particular area to hit that ball, but stopped in the middle of his motion. Kept the hands back long enough to jack that thing out of here.
Some guys are bigger and stronger than others. Look at that.
Before this series started, Adam gave himself a little trim, a little haircut. Sometimes, you know how superstitious I am. A little change in the way you look, or your karma, a shave.
I wouldn't let him cut mine, but if he wants to cut his own, that's fine.
Yeah, if it's going to help him hit home runs and get hits and drive in runs, I'm all for it.
Slip away. And Zimmerman fouls 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And only Adam, it's not how much he's making. Only Adam would cut his own hair.
Nationals have now hit 5 home runs in this series. Adam Dunn has 3 of them.
Players used to give each other a lot of haircuts. The last guy I ever let cut my hair was Greg Vaughn with the Brewers. Yeah, he gave me a mohawk.
Oh, no.
And I said, Greg, could you just give me a trim on the edges and stuff? And I was, trying to keep the mullet going strong. And he ended up making me look like the Indian in the cupboard.
Yeah, I know we all want to protect our mullets. Three and 2 to Zimmerman, who's walked 13 times in his last 12 games. Teams have been pitching around him, and he's still doing lots of damage. And that's a 2-hopper. Big hop to Neil Walker. 2 outs. Lots of great things happening around the ballpark this summer. Don't miss out on next time. The New Era Flex Plan with a ball cap comes your way. Pick any 3 games, get a 4th game free, plus a free New Era Nats cap while supplies last. And that's the official cap Major League teams wear on the field. Visit Nationals.com/New Era, 202-675-NATS. It is a maximum of 4 tickets per purchase. Josh Willingham bounced out to short first time up. Zach Duke's now given up 11 home runs this year. And Willingham was taking a home run swing, but the ball was down and away. Mets now lead the Padres in that game 3-0 in the nightcap at Citi Field.
Well, the last 8, I'm looking for this trivia question for the answer. I can't find it. But the last 8 teams in Game 7 to win were the home team. So that home field advantage, huge when you get to a Game 7, and will be decided once again by the All-Star game.
And of course, Florida won Game 6 at Yankee Stadium that year.
Well, I'm going to throw out, let's see, 18, 7. No, because the Cardinals took the Tigers down at 4.
Well, I think that was 5. I think Detroit did win a game in that series. Did they win a game? 5 or 6. It was either 5 or 6. I don't think that was a sweep. Now, Boston swept St. Louis in 04, and then the White Sox swept Houston in 05. I'm thinking those are the only recent sweeps.
In that Arizona-New York series in 2001.
Mariano Rivera was on the mound on the losing side.
But did the guy for the Diamondbacks throw a complete game? Wasn't Miguel Batista, was it?
Willingham scorches 1 foul. Miguel Batista in the 0-1 series pitched in 2 games, started 1, and pitched a total of 8 innings, so not him.
Was it Randy Johnson? Did he come in relief in that game? So it probably wasn't that. You got to go back in.
It was a complete game, right? But that was the question.
Who threw the last complete game in a Game 7 of the World Series? National League. For the National League.
Willingham goes deep to left center. And this ball is gone. The Reds have hit another home run. And it's number 12 for the Hammer. 6 home runs now in this 3-game series. The Hammer laying down some smack and yakka.
If at first you don't succeed, he pulled a bunch of balls, hit them very hard, then he squares one up, gets the bat head out front. The wind is just blowing it a little bit, so it was a question for a little bit if it was going to make it out. That is a very deep part of this ballpark. We don't see a lot of home runs go out right there.
Yeah, the red seats, that's big man territory out there. Zimmerman's been a regular visitor. Here's Pudge Rodriguez, and he corks one up the middle. 3 really, and counting the Desmond ball, 4 hard-hit balls in this frame.
Well, now the second time through the lineup, the Nationals have made their adjustments. They're starting to wait on that changeup, so now Zach Duke needs to make some adjustments.
Here's Michael Morse, who had a great at-bat his first time. But that base hit, very indicative of Pudge Rodriguez's season so far. Up the middle, right center, he's been living out there. And he's 3 for 6 in this series. Here's Big Michael.
Well, his first at bat, he took the ball to right field, but it was a fastball. It was a nice approach.
I guess he's 4 for 5 when he swings at the first pitch, huh? I didn't know 0-0 was a count.
What is that? Before the guy actually stepped on the rubber, he's hitting 800. Yeah, the second time he gets better in the third time, but the second time,
that's crazy.
That is some crazy numbers right there for Mr. Duke.
Way inside, 2-0. The middle innings have not been kind to Pirate pitchers in this series. Roger Bernardina flied to left his first time. Bottom of the fourth, Nats on top, 2-0. Morris takes it low and away. And it sort of looks like Zach Duke wants nothing to do with him. He may want to take his chances on the rookie left-hander Bernardina. And he's hacking on 3-0. How about that? Jim Riggleman has a 2-run lead. He's going for the big fly right there. He turns his guy loose.
It's a long inning for Zach Duke. 13 balls, 15 strikes. A 28-pitch inning for Mr. Duke.
Good at bat by Michael Morse. 2 on, 2 out. Joe Kerrigan. Zach Duke came in very hittable this year. Opponent's batting average of .329 on 95 hits in 70 innings. Not a real strikeout pitcher, but his strikeout to walk ratio 2-1 this year. We knew Masson's cameras were on a tight shot, so they went to the glove. Here's Roger. Second base, Rodriguez. First base, Morse. And that's up and away. By the time that pitch was delivered, Pudge Rodriguez had a 30-foot secondary lead off second base. He wants to score on a 2-out single. He is in the ball game every moment he's out there, and even when he's in the dugout. Breaking ball rolls in.
He hadn't thrown too many breaking balls tonight. That was a beautiful one.
Ivan Hernandez next. Good ID by Roger, laying off that breaking ball that ended up low and away. Nationals have 4 base runners this inning, 2 homers, a single, and a walk. And Zach Duke is suddenly all over the place. We thought maybe he pitched around Morris to get to Bernardina, and now he's gone 3-1 on the left-handed batter. And no slouch in the on-deck circle either as a pitcher.
And if you're wondering who the last National League pitcher to hit a grand slam was, Dontrelle Willis.
You're kidding.
2008.
Bases loaded. for Livan Hernandez. Anybody pick up Dontrelle, by the way?
Yes, he went to Arizona. They ended up trading him. Tony Cloninger. 2 Grand Slams
in the same
career.
game.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
In the same game, Tony Cloninger.
Very nice.
He was a right-handed pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. In fact, I think that was Atlanta after they moved from Milwaukee.
I think you're correct.
Yeah, 2-in-1 game. How does a pitcher do that? Here's Livan sitting on 199 hits and 9 career home runs. Livan, tired of waiting.
And I'm reading this, so I don't know if it's true, but they said that the number 8 hitter for the Braves came up with 2 guys on, Dennis Menke, after the 2 Grand Slams, and the Giant fans were saying, put him on to see if Cloninger could get his 3rd Grand Slam of the game, and he struck out, though. I could see that, though. If it was a big blowout, let the guy try to make history.
1-1 to Livan. And a chopper out to short for Bobby Crosby. Close at second, but out. Home runs with 1 out by Adam Dunn. Breaking ball gone. With 2 outs, Josh Willingham. The table setters, Guzman, Morgan, Desmond really haven't been on base that much, but the big guys keep hitting home runs.
Yeah, they're squaring the ball up nicely, and off a guy like Zach Duke the first time around, they just kind of got the feel for him, what he was throwing. He's throwing off-speed, nice change-ups, got a bunch of guys out throwing fastballs, and they timed him just right. Adam Dunn, who really timed him perfectly, kept himself back, and then Josh Willingham, great at bat. Battled, fouled off a ton of balls until he finally squared one up for a home run.
Bobby Crosby flies to left. Josh Willingham's been busy out there.
But you would definitely love to have some table setters out there for them to drive into. So you need to get the top of the order going. You need to get the bottom of the order going. A little bit different look tonight with Desmond hitting second, but he usually hits pretty well in the 2-hole.
Livan keeps getting the outs here. Only 2 hits by the Bucks so far. Andy LaRoche, the hitter. Bounced out to Guzman at second base first time. 160 career wins. 4 of them this year. Levon making his 12th start. Opponents hitting only .233 against him coming in. '17 in 2000 with the Giants, 15 in '03 with Montreal, 15 with the '05 Nats. His career highs in victories. And on 3-1, he muscles up and challenges him with the fastball. Catcher Jason Jaramillo on deck. Lowest hitting team, and this is amazing, in the American League.
The Mariners.
Guess who?
The Mariners.
Close. You're only 3 time zones off. That ball driven to right pretty well. Morse got a good jump. How about the Toronto Blue Jays hitting .241?
Yeah, but they have
with all those home runs.
Home runs.
All right, here we go, Rob. You've been laboring over this for 2 innings.
Bob Gibson. He's right down the hall from us. You guys are too tricky.
Steve Blass.
Steve Blass.
Whose control problems at the end of his career, one of the great baffling things that have ever happened in this game. They said that when Steve Blass lost his ability to throw the ball over the plate, Rob, he couldn't even throw strikes in batting practice. The ball was hitting the top of the cage, the side, and you know it's nothing that Steve could understand himself. A really great guy, nice man, and in that way, a tragic end to a wonderful career. He just couldn't find home plate anymore.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, I got some bad intel. Someone told me that it could have been Denny McLain. Now, Denny McLain played in the American League.
Now, in 1968, when the Tigers beat St. Louis, that was Mickey Lolich in Game 7.
Mickey Lolich.
That would have been a good guess. Pirates beat the Orioles in 7 games in that 71 series.
Think anybody ever win 30 games in a season again, pitching wise?
I think Strasburg could do it this year. I don't think so, Rob. Do they make enough starts? I mean, you'd have to win like every one of your starts just to get to the like 32. That's a check swing. And Levon is really shutting down the Pirates here. 5 in a row, and through 5 for him. 2-0 Nats.
down here to the bullpen, and that's when all the fun starts. You get down here with all the guys, and they've been watching the game from the first pitch down here, and sometimes they'll have questions for me, what I saw on TV, what happened here, what happened there. Same way I had questions for them.
A lot of baseball talk going on down there, but Matt did admit, too, that there is some joking around and some downtime. But these are guys that really feed off of each other well, really push for each other, and really help each other out. Bob?
Debbie, wait a second. There's not a lot of baseball talk going on down the bullpen. I spent my career down there, and there's a lot of politics and religion. No, they're just goofing around. They're trying not to think about when the phone rings that it's going to be them.
They know there's a game going on. Come on, Rob. Aren't they studying the pitchers and the hitters so intensely, learning any little?
Yeah, they are, but they're not talking about it.
Guzman hits the ball hard.
They're talking about what restaurants they're going to go to in Cleveland. They're talking about maybe what the honey-do list that their wife had him doing over the week. Oh, my gosh. How cute is he? Look at him posing on his sled.
They had snow in Douglasville, Georgia. Oh, there's a nice look.
I think he still has those red shoes and he pitches them.
Caps. We've enjoyed having him on this ball club in many ways. And here's Ian Desmond. Nearly got one into the bullpen last time. And a big rolling breaking ball. The count's even 1-1. Ian having a rough series, though. 1 for 9. He does have an RBI. With that base hit, the double off the glove of Lastings Village last night. He rips that one to the left side. A hop for LaRoche. And 2 quick outs via third base for Zach Duke here in the 5th inning. Saturday, next homestand, June 12th, first blood drive of the season. The Nats and Inova Blood Donor Services team up 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you participate, you get 2 tickets to a future Nationals game, limited edition Bloodhound from Build-A-Bear, and a chance to win other great raffle prizes. 866 Blood Saves.
I don't think we're here. I think we're on the road. I don't think that's a home game.
Oh, you're right. That is this weekend when we're gone.
No. Well, because I want to be here when they're doing the blood drives, too.
Now, we've been told there'll be another one later.
Yeah, there's 2 this season. Absolutely.
So, my bad, folks. It's this Saturday when the team is gone.
It's okay.
1-866-BLOOD-SAVES or visit inova.org/donate blood because you do need to make an appointment.
Yes, and please be generous. Your blood will, your body will manufacture some new blood very quickly.
Look at Adam Dunn. Line drives everywhere. He just reaches out and strokes that ball. And Rob, in terms of collecting hits, I've never seen Adam Dunn as hot as he is right now.
Well, and I think as hot as Zim has been and Willingham and everybody around him getting hits, they have to actually throw some pitches near the hitting zone for Adam. And you threw something out there. His average is up 285. When's the last time he walked?
He walked twice in the Tuesday game at Houston 9 days ago.
Now, that's a freakish
He's
stat.
become a hacker.
Exactly. He's not walking anymore? What?
But you know what? Remember you and I always saying, and getting loose there is Evan Meek.
What's he doing?
Well, I think after
the body by Jake machine.
After he pitches, he's going to do a bungee cord jump off the scoreboard.
These kids today, what's going on out there? I think that's the Chuck Norris machine.
But Rob, remember how you and I were always wishing out loud that Adam would take fewer pitches and start swinging the bat. Oh, they got him picked up.
It's a balk. You can't do that.
It's a balk on Zach Duke, and Adam Dunn is safe at second base. now he's taking bases off.
They weren't holding him on, and so he took off. And
is this a balk because Zach Duke didn't throw the ball anywhere near first base?
Well, no. Dauman has to be playing. He has to be positioned over here, and you can't just throw it over there.
Yeah, that's a balk because the throw's nowhere near the bag. How about that?
He got away with one right there. Nice heads up by Adam Dunn. And that's
That's what happens when you put the catcher at first base.
I hope we have some tape rolling on this down in the truck, because this might be the first time in Adam Dunn's career, Rob, he manufactures a run.
Well, you know, I don't know if it's the balk on that, because it's not. It's he's throwing away from the base, nowhere near the base, and there's not a guy holding on the runner. So,
how about this? Adam Dunn running wild with 2 outs. And then he started toward third and stopped. That's a fair ball. And the ball gets away. Adam Dunn will score. Zimmerman to second. And the Nationals lead 3-0. And now the Pirates start throwing it around. That'll be an error on LaRoche for a bad throw. And Adam Dunn does manufacture a run.
Beautiful job by Adam Dunn. The base hit with 2 outs. Being heads up, not being held on, taking off for second, drawing a balk. And then right here, Andy LaRoche. Dalmat probably should have just caught the ball and not tried to make a great play stretch. That's something that even an everyday first baseman will make mistakes doing.
So Zimmerman gets a base hit, no RBI because the run scores on the error. And the Nationals, bottom line is they lead 3-0. Josh Willingham 1 for 2 with a solo home run. But it all started with a 2-out single by one of the Nats' big power hitters. Drives that ball foul. He didn't go the other way last time.
Well, what are you doing this at bat? Oh, that's right. He went way out. Goodbye.
And the Hammer showing some emotion, which we don't see very often. Actually clapped his hands after hitting a home run. I like it. Willingham's driven in 39 this year. Dunn's up to 33. Zimmerman has 34. Ian Desmond has 31.
I'll buy him some barber shears if he keeps hitting like this. He wants to cut his hair every couple of weeks.
Two-two to Josh. Great take on a breaking ball. This is vintage Nats right here. They're experienced veteran hitters making the other team's pitcher work and work and work deep into counts. So here in the 5th inning, 82 pitches for Zach Duke.
Now the 3rd time through the order. Not many of our guys are going to even swing at that curveball. He didn't throw a lot of them early. They know it now. They recognize it.
Willingham gets jammed and fights it off.
You subtract that ball when you see the rotation of it, and so you're just looking fastball changeup, and they've been able to get to him on the fastball changeups. But that throwing error didn't help either. It helped us get an extra run. Now we got another guy in scoring position. You know the feeling.
3rd time that Willingham's had at least a 3-ball count.
Remember, this is what he did in his last at bat. He just kept fouling off ball after ball after ball. rifled a few shots down the left field line, but when he finally got a pitch, he could square up and hit out of the ballpark.
And this could be Zach Duke's last inning. He's scheduled to lead off in the 6th.
37 pitches in that 4th inning. Solid numbers by the Hammer right now. 12 homers, 39 ribbies, has scored 36 runs with 286.
Joss's career batting average coming into this year, 264. Oh, he's going to get called out on a fastball near his hands. Nats pick up an unearned run thanks to Adam Dunn and Ryan Zimmerman. Beautiful baseball night on the banks of the Anacostia. This ball game into the 6th inning. Nationals on top 3-0. And Zach Duke remains in the game.
He's only down 3-0. Not the worst outing in the world.
Not at all.
Had a little bit of bad luck in that last inning. Got the 2 outs and then give up the hit.
But Pirate pitchers don't enjoy much run support, do they? So sometimes they have to do it themselves.
Got it taken into my own hands.
That ball is jacked about 395 to right center.
Don't be trying to get 3.
Zach Duke, second double of the year.
That was well struck.
Well, he's a decent hitter. He came in with a career batting average of 178.
Levon, get ahead fastball and laced by Zach Duke.
3 of the last 4 innings, the Pirates have leadoff hits. One was stranded, a double by Jaramillo. McCutchen singling, caught stealing. 1-2-3 inning last time, and now this. Top of the order, Jose Tabata. Outfielder from Venezuela, part of the Karstens Ohlendorf deal. One of the players brought to Pittsburgh, and then that's when Xavier Nady and Damaso Marte went to the Yankees just before the trading deadline 2 years ago.
And Nady's no longer a Yankee, he's over with the Cubs.
First time I saw him was San Diego. I thought he was going to be a star.
Yeah. And he put up some good numbers. He got hurt up in New York. I still don't even think he's right. I don't think he can play every day. Well, he had a torn labrum, if I'm not mistaken, and he can't play every day because he can't really throw.
And the Cubs just put Aramis Ramirez on the DL.
Bad thumb.
Bad thumb. He's hitting under 200. Levon gets a 3-0 call. Cubs lost at Milwaukee today, 5-4. That ball is down the line, and Pittsburgh's on the board. Duke scoring. Tabata into the corner. Back-to-back doubles by the Pirates, started by the pitcher. And now Jose Tabata, as a major league hitter, has 3 hits and 7 at-bats, and that's his first big league RBI.
Well, Levo's getting the ball up in the zone right here, and he has to get that location and bring it back down 6 inches. Nice job by the rookie right here. He gets a pitch. It's up and in, but he's still able to inside out it down the right field line, and Duke will score easily. So nice job of setting the table by the pitcher.
Still nobody out, and Neil Walker, the hitter. 2 of the Pirates' 4 hits, doubles from the 8 and 9 hitters. Edge taps the glove inside, sets up outside, and Levon misses way out there. One more base runner, and that phone may be ringing in the right field bullpen. Creatures are stirring down there. McCutchen next. No daylight, so no throw. Walker was waiting to jump on a 2-0 pitch. You won't see much in the middle of the lineup for the Pirates. As mentioned, 2 extra base hits from the bottom, 1 at the top. Pirates batting average of .238, the lowest in Major League Baseball coming into this game. Had him reaching. Desmond broke one way and then couldn't get it. First and third, nobody out. Broken bad hit by Neil Walker.
Well, this time, Levon makes an excellent pitch. It's down and away. Walker smashes his bat, but does a great job being able to get it into that hole. And as Bob said, Desmond was going towards the bag a little bit.
Yeah, he was jockeying with the runner, and that may have cost him a chance to get to that ball. And here comes Steve McCatty. Suddenly, the tying run's on base. After the Nats had a, at least for the moment, feeling safe 3-run lead. Bullpen busy quickly. Sean Burnett, the former Pirate, and Miguel Batista, who also made Pittsburgh one of his stops for one game back in his rookie season, '92. Pitch counts very even. And John Russell's decision to leave Zach Duke in the game has paid off in a good offensive inning here. H.H. Gregg. Opportunity is knocking. The White Sox are the only, or pardon me, the Tigers, the only team over 500 the Nats will see over the next nearly 3 weeks. Detroit is 30-28, so they're barely over 500. White Sox, the big disappointment of that group.
These two teams are under new management. Ned Yost and Juan Samuel.
All right, Levon's in a pickle here. First and third, nobody out. McCutchen, hard guy to double up.
Well, you'll take an out right here. You need to try to squash this rally a little bit, try to roll you a ground ball. You'll even give up a run right here to get some outs.
As long as you have the lead when you come back in to the bottom of the 6th, because the Nats are not far from getting into the Pittsburgh bullpen. And McCutchen will pop one out to right. Morris is back there on the track. Just get it into second, which he does. It's now a 3-2 game, and McCutchen drives in his 18th.
See what Levon does every time through the batting order. Pretty nice job this season. It's right where you want the numbers to be. Give your team an opportunity to win. As I said in the open, 9 times has gone 6 or more innings this year. Most of the time it's 7 or more, as the only complete game thrown by a national starter this year.
Against the Dodgers, who at that time were leading the league in hitting. Garrett Jones, the batter. 0 for 2 with a couple of fly balls. Has hit into the most double plays on the Pirates, 9.
Now that Adam Dunn hit, stolen base, and an error is huge.
Difference in the game. Well, they say speed never slows. He is really swinging the bat well.
Well, think about it. Adam Dunn's stolen base, or whatever that is, the balk. Did you get a stolen base for the balk?
No.
Okay, so you kind of get ripped off there. But still, it's a heads-up play. Here's the last pitch. Nice block by Pudge, allowing the runner to advance. And then the play that Garrett Jones made in right field, that diving play down the line, might have saved the guy from being in scoring position. With the slowest 2 guys on the field, I don't know if Jones is the slowest guy on the field. The biggest guys on the field have made some great plays tonight.
3-1, another long count.
That was pitch number 90 on the UPS store. The pitch track looked pretty good.
Pitch track is packaged by the UPS store. They do a lot more than shipping, like offering moving boxes and supplies. Three-one pitch, at him reaching. Nice crowd on hand tonight. Well over 20,000 for the finale of this homestand. Saw a lot of folks up in the seats in the upper deck by the right field foul pole. They all have Teddy Roosevelt Curly W jerseys on there. Teddy is a drawing card. Second only to Strasburg, evidently.
I think a lot of people are hoping that Teddy Roosevelt will finally win a race tonight.
Throw to second doesn't matter because it's ball 4. Levon walks Garrett Jones. That'll be his second walk of the night. And he might face one more hitter. Buy your DC Powerball ticket tonight, jackpot, sitting at $44 million. And the drawing is coming up Saturday, DC Lottery. Lots of people win.
You think they'll let us stop on the way to the airport after the game? Get a ticket?
No.
Oh, man.
And I don't trust you trying to tell a taxi driver how to find Dulles.
You going to Dulles? Are they going to Reagan?
Oh. Let's see here. It says airport.
Hey, at least you have an itinerary. I have to follow you around. I don't know where I'm going.
And a ball driven out to left. Josh Willingham is there. And he'll turn and fire it back in towards second. For the second out of the inning. Dome at 0 for 3. It'll be up to Bobby Crosby. So the Pirates still have the tying run at second base here in the 6th. Levon is due to bat 4th in the 6th, and you would think this would be it. But Jim Riggleman, if he likes the way he's throwing, may send him back out there. This hitter will probably determine that. Crosby 0 for 2, a called third strike and a fly ball to left. His work rate has slowed down considerably here. Perfect breaking ball to the outer half.
I got to see this pitch again. Let's take another look. UPS store here on the pitch track. Beautifully done. This is maybe a little cutter.
I don't think anybody has been barking about Lance Barksdale's strike zone tonight. It's been pretty consistent.
It has. And the game's moving along quickly, but once you know the zone, go up there and hack away.
Swing and a miss, and Levon Hernandez minimizes the damage for the Pirates in the 6th. They'll get a couple of runs and make it a 3-2 game. That's a big out that could set the tone for the rest of the night. Hitting 285.
That breaking ball a little bit too far inside. Adam just lays the head down and turns his body crushed. Josh Willingham, his home run a little bit tougher. Took him a few pitches to get him squared up. Finally got the right one, but the big boys once again, not our 3-4, it's our 3-5 tonight. Good combo.
Everybody having fun tonight. Beautiful night for a ball game. 88 at game time.
Here. Did you see Santa in that last picture?
Well, he's got to get out of the workshop once in a while.
He's a big Strasburg fan.
I was going to say he's working on the Strasburg dolls for Christmas this year, probably.
Well, Merry Strasmus.
Somebody did say that to me Tuesday.
I think I need to start a new thing. We need to patent this, the Strasburger.
I think somebody beat you to that.
I know, all the restaurants, they have Strasburger.
Nationals box score. Again, all the damage done in the middle. Christian Guzman is 1 for 11 in this series. Ian Desmond is 1 for 10. So there hasn't been much table setting.
We just don't like that Han Solo home run in there.
Yeah.
We need some guys on base.
Niger Morgan's 0 for 7 in this series. Pudge Rodriguez on a count of 2-2. And he'll lean back from a high, tight one. Zach Duke making his 5th career start against the Nationals. A 5.11 ERA, 1-1 the record. And Pudge will take the leadoff walk here in the 6th. That'll be Zach Duke's 3rd walk of the evening. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night when the Nats are home, Miller Lite Party Night here at the ballpark. A scoreboard pavilion seat and a drink voucher is yours for $20, $22 for premium games. Pre-game happy hour. Come early. Miller Lite Scoreboard Walk Bar featuring $5 brews. Miller Lite here at the ballpark. And here's Mike Morris, a base hit and a walk. He was waiting for that breaking ball, but couldn't wait long enough. Michael Morris has a batting average of .364. 8 hits and 22 at-bats. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, including 1 tonight. And he has 7 for his last 16. Evan Meek is done stretching and now he's throwing. Off speed, Mike ID'd it, took it in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Roger Bernardina is next. He's batting 8th. What will happen when the Nats get down to the 9 hole? Will be interesting. Washington trying to win its 18th home game of the year and its 30th overall. Target away.
I'd just like to see Morse get some full extension. Rocket out of here.
He's coming home and Morse takes it inside. Some guys will be in the manager's office early tomorrow trying to be named the DH in Cleveland. It's going to be fun on the road. 2-1. Michael rips one up the middle. Base hit.
I think that guy's making a good case.
He's 2 for 2 with a walk, and the Nats have 2 on, nobody out. Production from the bottom of the order. It could be a decoy, but Levon is walking to the on-deck circle. As Bernardina could be bunting here, and if he bunts, you would think the Nats would pinch hit for the pitcher.
Well, but Levon, I don't think he's running out of gas. I think he could probably throw 150 pitches the way he's very efficient physically and overthrown. It's not maximum effort out there, so I could probably go a bunch more. But you're right. We have a very solid bullpen down there, and Joe Kerrigan makes another appearance.
And really, with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, there might only be one pinch hitting candidate, and that would be Alberto Gonzalez. Because Will Nieves is the other. Mike Rizzo told me they wrapped up the draft about 4:30 or 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, so he was actually able to get out of the war room and enjoy a ball game last night. Everybody knows Bryce Harper. 50 picks, nearly half of them pitchers, 38 from college, 12 high schoolers, and the final pick, Harris Fanaroff from the state of Maryland, a left-hander from Churchill High School. Potomac, his hometown. Good for you, Harris. It would be great to see the 1496th pick in the Major League someday.
Well, I hope we're here calling when Ross Fanaroff, doesn't it? Harris Fanaroff makes his debut.
Yeah. And then the next day we could call it Harris Fanaroff's day off. Bernardina shows no signs of bunting. Bernardina, foul ball. Too bad that thing had some tricky topspin on it. For Ryan Doumit, who usually is a catcher. Marginal success with runners in scoring position. Doumit getting the call at first base tonight with Garrett Jones playing right field and Millage sitting out. Roger tonight 0 for 1, fly ball to left and a walk. Big spot in the ball game here for the Nats to grab a run or two right back from the Pirates. Bernardina, base hit. Pudge Rodriguez held by Pat Listash. The bases are loaded with nobody out. So the lefty-lefty matchup goes the way of Bernardina. And the Nationals now a chance for a big inning. Levon is being called back. And it looks like Alberto Gonzalez.
Yeah, you got a shot to blow the game open right here. You got to use a pinch hitter. And Roger Bernardina, great at bat, stayed in there, kept the front shoulder locked in on the breaking ball. Didn't try to do too much, gets a base hit, and now bases loaded, no outs. Jamming up Zach Duke's ninth.
And Alberto Gonzalez, the ultimate contact hitter, 3 for 17 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. But in 47 at-bats this year, he's made contact 42 times. Zach Duke will be done after 5+ as John Russell goes to get him. Nats are into the bullpen. They'll face Evan Meek with Gonzalez coming up. I really think this team, this stadium, this town is feeding off the energy that Steven Strasburg created 2 nights ago.
Well, and Steven Strasburg's a piece of the puzzle. I mean, they've created an atmosphere before he got here, a very solid nucleus of players. Now that you know, okay, we have a much better piece of the puzzle in the starting rotation. The other guys are still doing what they're capable of doing. Jim Riggleman's able to now rest Nigel Morgan, throw Mike Morris into the mix. We have a lot of depth on our bench also, and that has helped our success this season. So we just got to tighten up the defense a little bit, maybe a little bit more in the starting rotation, going deeper into ball games. Still a very good shot at going to the postseason, but you got to win series. You got to be positive, and you got to start winning on the road. You can't go out and have a road trip like we had the last time.
When you win the first 2 games of a series, it gives you a lot of versatility with your personnel.
Absolutely. You can rest some people. We rested Pudge last night. Now you can bring him back with a veteran that can really use a guy like Pudge back there, throwing out some base runners. So it's been a very well-played ball game to this point by the Nationals.
Now the Nats will burn Gonzalez and go with Willie Harris. Strike 1 from hard-throwing Evan Meek. So Jim Riggleman has the matchup he wants. Willie's been a good pinch hitter this year. 4 for 16 with 5 RBIs. Left field, it's a flare and it's foul.
And Willie really has the advantage here. Doesn't have to try to do too much. You got a guy that throws 95. The infield is cheating in. The middle infielders are almost on the grass. The corner infielders are on the grass. So if you could just punch the ball low and try to get it through the infield, you're going to score 2 runs.
Willie Harris does strike out more than Gonzalez. Now that the count's gone 0-2, meets contact. He gets it. And that's a double play on a line drive at the second baseman. And that's not great base running by Michael Morris. You have to make sure the ball goes through before you leave that bag. 4-6 on the double play, a possible rally killer.
Well, he took just a little stutter step, and that cost him being thrown out, but he did a pretty good job of freezing, like you said. You got to make sure the ball goes through, and because of the very fine play by Walker right there, they got 2 in the line out.
Now Guzman trying to save the inning. Well, that could be a huge play in this game.
Pretty good fastball right there. 96 with movement.
Well, he's the first high-octane pitcher to come into this game.
Not a bad thing when you follow a guy who's changes speeds and his high end is around 90 at Zach Duke, and you come in pumping 95, 96.
Guzman good in these situations. Whoa. Christian Guzman
Close shave.
having a tough series. He's 1 for 11.
Well, he almost steps into a 97-mile-an-hour heater, and
well, somebody at the top of the lineup needs to take charge here. Guzman, Desmond 0 for 6 tonight. Weak little ground ball right side, so the inning unravels because of the double play ball. And the Pirates survive, and they're still down by just 1.
Yes, during World War II, Knucksy, one of my favorites, all-time people on this planet.
A beloved broadcaster in Cincinnati as well.
Passed away. Came up, didn't think he was going to pitch because he lived in the Cincinnati area, and they ended up letting him come off the bench and throw some innings. Then he went back to the minor leagues. Ended up hitting 15 home runs in the major leagues. He was quite a player.
Sean Burnett's season seems to be on the mend here a little bit. Better lately, 12 appearances back to the middle of May. Only twice charged with earned runs.
Well, you remember when I said he's got to pitch. He's got to throw almost every other day if he's going to be effective and have a good breaking ball, know the strike zone. It's very difficult. Do all the throwing on the side you want. There's nothing like live action. And whether he's facing one hitter here or two hitters there, he's got to be in some ball games.
Nationals bullpen right in there with the best in baseball. Every one of those teams has been in first place this year. Right now, Detroit's not, neither is San Diego, but they're in second place in their divisions. Up the middle, Burnett got a piece of it, and that probably threw Ian Desmond off. That's one of those plays where the pitcher is better off staying out of the way. But it was to his glove side, Rob, and he reacted.
Well, and it's hard. It's an instinctive thing to come off the mound. The ball's hit near you. You try to make a play, and at that point, by just deflecting it, puts it to the other side of Ian Desmond, and he bare hands it, and by then it was just a broken play.
Andy LaRoche gets a base hit. Jason Jaramillo, the catcher. Pitcher spot due up next. Evan Meek did a great job. Got a break of a line drive right at one of his infielders. And they will hit for him next, evidently. And here comes Steve McCatty. Lasting's Millage on deck, and McCatty of the Nats to the mound. Covering the bases with Matt Capps tonight and Debbie Taylor right in the middle of it.
Well, Matt Capps will often deliver water to his teammates out in the bullpen while they're warming up, and he told me it's something that he learned from Sean Burnett when they were with the Pirates.
He was rehabbing. I think he had Tommy John or shoulder surgery or something. And he was down in the bullpen for the games, and that was part of the bullpen coach for him to be allowed down there. That's what he had to do. When a guy got up and started warming up, he had to bring him water.
And, of course, Matt followed and did that, and he continues to do that. He's just the ultimate teammate, Bob. There you see him.
Well, it looks a lot like Rob Dibble does up here for us.
What, get you water?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. I got it. Quality H2O.
I knew that was good.
Now, the Capper's just one of the nicest guys on the team. We have a lot of nice guys on this team.
Jaramillo trying to bunt. And he was over the top of that pitch. He's doubled and grounded out.
I keep trying to get Zim to get in a fight or get thrown out of a game. He's just too nice. That squeaky clean
Don't be
image.
messing with our gentleman Zim. He'll never be a nasty boy.
Oh, he
just,
can be.
Just live with it, Rob.
A couple more years, I'll get to him. Make him a nasty boy.
And that's a real bad bunt attempt. That ball was about a foot outside. And now the count's 0-2.
I don't think I can get him to get a tattoo, but I can try.
He might have one you don't know about.
That's true. Try to stay out of the clubhouse.
I might have one you don't know about. And the 0-2 to Jaramillo. Zimmerman charging. Fastball missing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A couple of bunt attempts have gone awry. Jaramillo squares again, and Burnett just misses outside. Hastings Milledge, 3 hits last night and a base hit on Tuesday.
Yeah, but it was his diving miss that probably cost the Pirates the ball game last night.
And a real bad at bat by Jaramillo, bunting into a strikeout. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Jaramillo right there needed to lay down the bunt. Fundamentals will kill you in this game. Instead of having a guy on second with 1 out, and Hastings Milledge coming up, Hastings got to try to hit a double.
And the count's even 1-1.
Bob, you talk about this all the time, that Adam Dunn stands in front of the runner with a man on first when they're just kind of doing a different defense.
Runner is going. Rodriguez throw right there, but high. Runner safe.
And that's a tough one. You're not holding him on. He's going to get a little extra step to try to steal second base. Trying to play a little bit more straight up defense to try to protect the lines. And Pudge is going to go out and make sure they're communicating the signs correctly here with a runner on second base.
Makes up for the sacrifice.
Yes, it does.
Andy LaRoche swipes his first. The Pirates have stolen some bases on the Nats in this series. They've now stolen 6 in these 3 games. And Milledge will fly one to right. On the move, Michael Morse squares up for his throw. Just lobs it into the cutoff man, 2 outs. And it'll be the top of the order for the dangerous-looking rookie, Jose Tabata. This would be a big inning to put a 0 on the board, considering who's coming up for the Nats in the 7th. Ball game in New York really moving. Top of the 8th. Padres still trailing the Mets 3-0 in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Padres beat the Mets this afternoon 4-2. Well, the Josh Johnson Roy Halladay game going as scheduled. Top of the 9th. Florida 2, Philadelphia 0. That thing is flying with great pitchers. Up the middle. Desmond to his left. Guns it over to Adam Dunn. And it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Here are those hitters we talked about. Desmond, Dunn, Zimmerman. 3-2 Nats. drafted him, and he was a 4-sport guy in school, including cross country.
What?
Yeah, endurance.
That guy ran cross country in high school.
Baseball, basketball, football, cross country, Rob. He did it all. He was unbelievable.
I want to see it. I want to see some videotape.
Joel Hanrahan, the former net for the Pirates here, in the bottom of the 7th. Joel is not their closer. And Desmond greets him with a double down the right field line.
83.
Ball sticks in the corner. He'll hold at second with nobody out. That's a great swing by Ian. And of course, Hanrahan was long gone by the time Desmond came up last year.
Well, he still throws 95, and it's 95 up in the zone. And Desmond just greets it to right field. You don't try to pull that ball, you'll hit a ground ball to the shortstop. You go with it. Good things happen. He's looking 3 until he's held up by the third base coach. Goes back to the bag with no outs.
Joel Hanrahan had a 7.71 ERA in 34 games when the Nats traded him to the Pirates last year. Then in Pittsburgh in 33 games, he drops his ERA almost 6 runs a game. 1.72.
Some very nice statistics there.
There's that heater to Adam Dunn.
He has the ability, possibly someday, to be an excellent closer at the major league level. He just has to believe in Joel. His stuff is exceptional, but you have to believe in that heater and set up the other stuff.
Yeah, how does this guy have a 5.47 ERA this year? Nasty breaking pitch. He's got a high 80 slider.
He's got exceptional 1% stuff. It's all in their head sometimes. And with Joel, confidence is the key. He starts thinking that nobody can hit his stuff, nobody will hit his stuff.
Adam Dunn hits one to center. That should be deep enough for Desmond to tag. The catch by McCutchen. Desmond to third. And the Nats get a runner 90 feet away with 1 out. Go to Chili'sBaseball.com. You might win a VIP baseball trip. It's all in the preparation at Chili's. Ryan Zimmerman 1 for 3 with an infield hit tonight. Infield in. Fundamental baseball here for the Nats to get that run back. Wow, what a good fastball. Didn't get the call from Lance Barksdale.
I had that one in 98. And we talked last year. And I still root for this kid. I hope this kid gets the confidence needed to take over a closer's role in Pittsburgh, and man, he will blow people away.
Overmatching Ryan with that nasty breaking ball. Well, when the count goes to 1-0, sometime during the at-bat, Ryan Zimmerman does a lot of damage.
Two and 1 count, hitting .444.
In baseball now, they have a statistic for every pitch. What's he hitting on 2 and 2?
Ooh, not too good. 242.
Goes down.
Yeah, it goes down.
Well, I don't care. Fly ball doesn't count one way or the other, but if it's deep enough, the Nats get a run. Hard to put the ball in play against Joel. What do you guys say? If you throw it on 2 and 2, you'll throw it on 3 and 2?
Yeah. 3 and 2, hit 318 with 3 jacks. walks and some punching.
I wonder what Ryan's hitting on 3 and 2 after he fouls 2 pitches off. Fastball by him. Powder River by the young man from Iowa, Joel Hanrahan, 2 outs. He'll be up to a good fastball hitter, Josh Willingham.
As we told you, Joel's got some great stuff. 3-2, he just sticks with the heater. 98, nice and smooth.
Willingham 1 for 3 with a solo homer tonight. That homer put the Nats up 2-0. One of the few times this year a Willingham homer hasn't tied the game or given the Nats a lead. And Joel is really working that inner half of the plate with his fastball. Almost threw that slider away.
Great job by Jaramillo right there. Now you don't have to throw the out slider right there. After 98, maybe just a 80-mile-an-hour get-me-over slider. It'd be tough for Josh to pull the trigger, but he tries to throw the out slider in the dirt, and Jaramillo makes a heck of a stop to save a run.
No way to catch up with that thing where it's that elevated.
96, chest high, looks great to a hitter. But once they start to make that commitment, they realize they got no shot at hitting the ball.
Target in. Got him on a slider. Joe Hanrahan shuts down the Nats after the Desmond leadoff double. This game into the 8th, 3-2 Washington. A loss against the Reds, but he keeps the Nats in the game. Jake Westbrook goes for the Tribe. He's 3-3 with a 4.84 ERA. Get you going at 6:30. Nats Extra, presented by your Washington Ford dealers. 32-year-old Jake Westbrook, 66 and 67 career, against Maniacta's Indians tomorrow night. Miguel Batista with Sean Burnett going out to start another inning. Tyler Clippard has pitched the 8th inning in this series twice. It appears he is not set for tonight, or maybe he is. Left-hander Doug Slayton just got up out there. You always wonder, Rob, about specialist-type relievers when they come out
for that extra
to start the next inning. It just seems like it doesn't go well most of the time.
Well, and it's an adrenaline thing. When you come in, sticky situation maybe, first and second, you got to get a couple of guys out. Then you sit down for a while, and that was a long half inning.
Long run for Michael Morse, and he gets there. Right at the edge of the seats, which can be dangerous for an outfielder.
Well, and he came up as a shortstop with Seattle, and actually Adam Jones, the Gold Glove center fielder, played behind him in the Seattle chain. So he's a very good athlete playing right field. So Morse comes over, sees that nice little cutout and says, okay, I'll cut in front and catch it. But right there you saw him eyeing where you don't want to land, and that's that concrete little, I don't know, abruptment. Is that what you would call it?
Barrier, abutment, yeah.
You don't want to hit that thing. By the way, I got an answer to why we're flying out of Dulles. Our executive director of travel management, Rob McDonald, said it's a curfew. And so we have to go to Dulles, fly out after the game.
Okay. And some of the married guys will be waving to their money when they go by Tyson's Corner.
Yes, as their wives have the credit cards when we go on the road.
Bye. Swing and a miss on a good pitch, tailing away from McCutchen. McCutchen 1 for 1 tonight with a walk, a base hit, and a sac fly. But Andrew only that one hit this entire series. And Burnett missing low, 2-2. That game in Philadelphia is over. Josh Johnson, 4 hits. The Phillies in combination with Leo Nunez, and they beat Roy Halladay 2-0 tonight. And the Marlins break a 4-game losing streak with that win. Sounded like a broken bat. Pop up, short center. Shortstop's ball, but Guzman took it. 2 outs. Voting is open for the All-Star game in Anaheim. Send your favorite Nats to the Midsummer Classic. You can vote up to 25 times at Nationals.com. With 2 outs and the bases empty, Garrett Jones will be the hitter. And the Mets have closed out that 3-0 win over the Padres as Jonathan Neese pitches beautifully. You know how many hits San Diego had in that game? 1. A 1-hitter by the Mets in the nightcap of that game, 3-0.
Well, he's got us in suspense now. Who threw it?
Jonathan Neese.
Jonathan Neese.
He went all the way.
Oh, boy. 0-1 curveball, unhittable. Well, you don't got to try to make it too perfect out there. The problems for Sean Burnett this season have been left-handed hitters. Throw that breaking ball right at him, and then it'll break over the plate.
That's called trusting your stuff. Fastball up and away, 2-2. Garrett Jones 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, 2 for 10 with 3 walks in the series. Had him reaching. And Jones bumps one into left field. Sean Burnett is just having a very odd year when it comes to getting left-handed batters out.
He's dominating the righties. Well, it's a good pitch right here on the outer half, but Garrett Jones stays in there, and he hits it into left field. It's just the way you teach the lefties. Don't try to pull that ball. It's a ground ball. Try to go with it.
So he gets the two right-handers, Walker and McCutchen, so the 167 average goes down for them. And he gives up a hit to the left-hander, so the 306 average goes up to them. Now here's right-handed hitting Ryan Doumit, who is a switch hitter. On a pitch away, foul ball, strike two. And the 0-2 now with a runner aboard, the tying run here in the eighth. Crosby 0 for 3. On deck for the Pirates here in the top of the eighth. Sean having a hard time closing out the inning here.
Miguel Batista is ready and waiting.
He does have one save this year, remember? That cap's unavailable one night. He got the save. We'll see if the capper is ready for the ninth. I think I do see him limbering up.
Is it City Field?
Sounds right. And now Sean goes to 3-2. Can't walk the tying run to second base. He got ahead, way ahead, 0-2, and has been nibbling. Jim Riggleman wants to see his team in the dugout. Into right center, ball pretty well hit. Bernardina stalking it right up against the scoreboard. And the Nats escape a tight one in the eighth inning. The Pirates have left 5, 3-2 game, barely. Well, I think we know now why Tyler Clippard was not up in the eighth inning. We'll tell you why in a moment. Here's our H.H. grade starters for tomorrow night. 32-year-old Jake Westbrook and Luis Adelano, the rookie for the Nats.
That guy right there, possible trade bait of the Cleveland Indians. His name has been thrown around a lot lately.
Indians leading at home over the Red Sox 6-5 in the 7th inning right now. And they have a record at home this year that is really bad, 9-16. Here's Brendan Donnelly making another appearance in the series, but out in the Nats bullpen, an emerging story tonight. Evidently, Matt Capps is the one who's not available. And someone else is warming up for the save. Here's Pudge Rodriguez. Pudge, base hit and a walk. Up the middle, ball got slowed down by the mound, and nearly throwing it away was Crosby. Saved by Domet for the first down.
Domet, nice play on that ball, by the way. Crosby, strong throw. Threw off the wrong leg. Going away. You see Crosby thrown off the right foot. A great pick over there by Domet.
First out, here's Morse, and there's evidently tonight's Nats closer, Tyler Clippard. Who does not have a major league save. Michael Morse, 2 singles around the walk. We'll see some late reactions to Donnelly and his wild mechanics. Hard to frame a pitch when it's that far outside. Pirates, by the way, in the top of the ninth have their 6, 7, and 8 hitters up. All the games in the National League are over for the evening. Mets split a doubleheader. Marlins won at Philadelphia. Braves won at Arizona. And Michael Morse will hang in there and foul one off. Funny that Donnelly's in the game. He has 31 wins since 2002 out of the bullpen, including 14 since 06. He's their version of Tyler Clippard. Fastball up. Michael Morse jacks it to center. Gone! The Nationals lead 4-2. They wanted the fastball up, and Mike Morse rode it up and out of here. First homer of the year for him.
Well, the Morse code sends it to another area code, Bob. I told you I wanted to see him get extended. He gets full extension on a high fastball by Brendan Donnelly. This stadium could not hold it. Look at that swing. Compact, big, strong young man. Great trade last year by Mike Rizzo, bringing Morse over here from Seattle.
And the Nationals continue to hit the long ball. 7 home runs in this series. And here's Roger Bernardina. That is huge to double the lead with 3 outs to get.
Pretty nice numbers, Bob. He's trying to be the lead candidate for DH in the next 2 series.
He's 10 for 24 on the season, now batting .417. First homer by anybody not in the middle of the order in this series. And for Michael his 7th big league home run. He hit 3 for the Nationals last year in 32 games. Donnelly goes 3-0. But Rob, that was such an interesting pitch because we saw Jason Jaramillo almost stand up out of his crouch, wanting the fastball up.
Well, it's location, and it's not an easy pitch. Tyler Clippard has it down. Strasburg throws a nice rising fastball, but if you don't walk the ladder high enough, that's what happens with the middle of the plate high fastball that belt high. Morse crushed it.
So Bernardina's on for the 3rd time tonight. And with Nyjer Morgan coming in, everybody involved in that trade has now appeared in this game. June's a great month to look at the Nationals' future down in Potomac. Dollar drink specials Thursdays. Fireworks after every Saturday home game, and a chance for kids to run the bases after every weekend game. 703-590-2311. The Potomac Nationals. It's only a half hour away. Bernardino running. Nyjer Morgan puts a charge into one, but out there grabbing it, McCutchen, 2 outs. Does this team ever play a game that's not within 2 runs or 1? Nope. I guess Tuesday night was an exception, a 5-2 win. Look at that. And we might be headed for number 37 tonight. The Nationals in 2-run games are 9-7. In 1-run games, 10-10. That stat was a lot more favorable before the most recent road trip. Top of the order now, Guzman. Christian Guzman, a 1-for-12 series here. See if Jim Ergelman leaves Nyjer Morgan in the game to play center field. There's another balk by a Pittsburgh pitcher, and Bernardina's going to second base. It was called by Ed Rapuano over at first. And Donnelly didn't put up any kind of argument about it. Now a base hit brings in another big run. Counts even 1-1.
Let's see if we can see the balk. You cannot make a motion to try to bring your hands together. And right there, you see him. Looks like he's starting his motion.
That was
stops. That was it right at the end there.
I think that first one, Rob, he was rushing off the call by the catcher.
Well, yeah. Well, he was changing location with the wiping, but looks like he forgot. Okay, I'm not wiping any. Oh, hey, don't start your motion.
Way outside, and Guzman strikes out. Nats pick up a big run on Michael Morse homer. 4-2 ball game now into the ninth. Clippard coming in. Let's have a look at our fourth drive of the game. Michael Morse, one out. They wanted the fastball up. And Rob, they didn't get it up high enough.
No, Donnelly doesn't get it up. Morse gets full extension, hits it right where it's thrown. Center cut on the plate, and he crushes it dead central.
Mike Morse, first home run of the year. Nyjer Morgan does stay in the ball game to play center field. Moving Roger Bernardino to right. And the new pitcher, in quest of his first major league save, Tyler Clippard. In his career, Tyler has done some starting. He's one of the relievers who works off the full windup with nobody on base. That's perfect at the knees. And Delwyn Young is hitting for Bobby Crosby. Young, infamous for the homer he hit against Strasburg here on Tuesday night. Hasn't played since. Tyler's ahead 0-2.
I think he did. Oh, we'll have to see that.
Ron Kulpa says no.
Be the judge. Plate is right here.
And fastball up. Clippard gets the strikeout on a high heater to Delwyn Young.
Well, we like to say high cheese, Bob.
Matt Capps, of course, is a guy who brings the Nats a lot of comfort. And he puts his manager, Jim Riggleman, and his pitching coach, Steve McCaddy, and his teammates in the comfort zone. 20 saves this season. Nobody in the major leagues has more than 16. Well on his way to that career high of 27 set with the Pirates just last year. And they just can't lay off that high cheese, can they?
No, they can't. This is something we've talked about, I don't know, the whole season. He has an excellent fastball. If he locates it low, gets ahead, or right there, he just challenged him. They can't lay off of it. See, he tries to throw the changeup. Really no reason to do that with a guy who's been sitting around all night, getting a pinch hitting appearance. He's not fresh. He's not really loose. Just blow this guy away.
This is Akinori Iwamura hitting for Andy LaRoche.
I don't care what you throw if you're stepping towards first base. You're not going to hit it doing that.
That one right in there and then fouled off Pudge Rodriguez. John Russell pulling out his left-handed batters here in the ninth. He has a switch hitter, Jaramillo, on deck. He still has Ryan Church for the number 9 spot beyond that. Church is in the hole, Jaramillo on deck. And that ball flared into left center. Here comes the hammer. Willingham has it, 2 outs. He went off speed away from the lefty with a changeup. And luckily for the Nats, it didn't fall in. 2 outs. Nationals are 1 out away from a series sweep for the first time this year. Jaramillo 1 for 3 with a double tonight. Right down the middle. 2-1. Out of play left side. Nationals 1 strike away.
Bob, if we pull this one out, it would run our record to 12-8 wearing the red alternative jersey.
Now, how did you know that?
Wow, brand new statistician. And we would be 28-1 leading after the 8th inning.
Time to close it out, Rob Dibble.
Put him away. Oh, no.
Almost grazed his jersey. Clippard gets him on the hands, a fly ball. Here comes Morgan, and he couldn't quite get there. And the Pirates live to battle for another hitter, and it'll be the former Nat, Ryan Church. Left-hander with power.
Very good pitch right here by Tyler Clippard. In on the hands. Jaramillo jams himself.
Looked like Niger ran a pretty good route to that ball. It was hit a little bit to his left. He comes in on a ball just about as well as anyone. Going back is his
he kind of broke left on that ball and then came in.
Well, he was playing over toward left center. So here's the hitter, Ryan Church. And Church has a pinch hitter this year, 2 for 11 with 3 RBIs. 2 homers on the season. That was an unhittable fastball.
And he's really pumped up. Every fastball's been 94 or 95 miles an hour. He usually throws about 92, 93. Got a little extra juice in the tank tonight.
Do you see him throwing more heaters in the 9th inning than he usually does in the 8th?
Yeah, but he should. Whatever inning he comes in, he's got an excellent fastball. I think he's got some great stuff.
Ryan Church late for that one, 1-2.
And that ball had extra giddy up on it. It also had great movement.
21,767 paid tonight.
And like we said, when the guy's not on your best pitch, why go to a secondary pitch, which is not your best pitch, and you possibly might get beat on?
Got him looking! Game over! National sweep for the first time in 2010. And for Tyler Clippard, his first major league save.
And it's great to know that you got this guy. He's been a great bridge all year for Matt Capps and the Nationals. And that is an exclamation point on a very fine season by the Clippard. So congratulations, kid.
Nationals finally sweep somebody. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it's a 30-31 record for Washington. More from Nationals Park coming up.